With the trade deadline now in the books, we have arrived to the final portion of year number 3 of the Las Vegas High Rollers MyNBA Franchise here on NBA 2K26. The team's playing some pretty good basketball right now. 3-1 since the deadline going into the All-Star break. Coming off a pretty solid stretch to end January into the month of February. Last episode, of course, we had an exciting deadline around the league where we ended up making 2 moves, sending Bennedict, Mathurin, and Devin Carter to the Raptors for Immanuel Quickley and some draft picks, and then a 1-for-1 swap, Ochai Agbaji for Deron Holmes. Some other notable moves include Keyshawn George to the Heat, A.J. Johnson to the Kings, Walker Kessler and Cole Bird to the Celtics, Marcus Bennett and Corey Kispert to the Bulls, Aaron Nesmith to the Warriors, and then the 2 biggest ones involve Darius Garland to Orlando, and Pascal Siakam going to the Suns in a swap that includes Jalen Green. The decision to trade away Bennedict Mathurin was definitely not an easy one, given that, well, he's probably the best player in the history of the franchise. I mean, who else would it be? Ben Math has been great for us over the last year and a half, and during last year's deadline, I wanted to keep him because I saw him as a piece of this team's future. And maybe there's a world where that's still the case, but I think his player archetype is too similar to that of Marquise Cannon. We also have to factor in that Ben Math is a free agent at the end of the year. The three-point percentage has gone down by nearly 10 from last year to this year. He's an awesome scorer, but what else does he do at a high level? He's an average defender generously. He's a negative playmaker generously. And while I think he's overall a good basketball player who did impact winning for us, I think having him and Marquise Cannon is a little bit redundant. Cannon's improving around the rim, good three-point shooter, trying to add to his game outside of the scoring, and I just don't think it makes sense to keep both of them. We also gave them Devin Carter to sort of sweeten the pot, given that we stole one of their point guards away. Carter's a guy who can be the lead guard for this team off the bench, and I think that's a really good fit for him. He was solid for us this year. The three-point shooting was bad and probably will continue to be. He's only shot 30% from deep in his career, but he's a good defender, really efficient from 2 this year, can stuff the stat sheet in a lot of different ways. We added Immanuel Quickley in this deal. This was not a salary throw-in. Rather, this is a guy who I genuinely wanted. Immanuel Quickley is having a really good year. 14.5 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds on otherworldly efficiency. Now, obviously, he's not going to keep this pace up, 68% true shooting. His estimated wins added, though, is higher than Bennedict Mathurin over each of the last 2 years. Now, Ben Math is the better asset, given that he's 3 years younger, he's 3 years taller. He's expiring, whereas Immanuel Quickley is on a big contract for next year. But I think it was a good deal for us, given that we got a guy in Quickley who's playing some great ball. I think he fits us really well. And we got a top 3 protected first-rounder from the Raptors, which I would expect to convey this year. They're probably not going to be in the top 3. So somewhere towards the middle of the first round. Keep in mind the Raptors already have Orlando's first rounder, unprotected, that they got from us in the Noah Halliday deal during last year's draft. The other trade we made certainly hurt because it involved trading my guy Ochai Agbaji. I just kind of feel like we had a little bit of a redundance with the amount of talent we have on the wings. We need some more depth down low. Ochai hasn't been that good this year, and he's also expiring. So we got Deron Holmes from the Nuggets, and the idea with Holmes is that it's going to be an audition for him, given that he's on the final year of his contract. He can shoot the ball a little bit, pretty solid defender, 6'10", but he broke his forearm, and he's going to be out for most of the remainder of the regular season. He only played 3 games for us. 4 of our 5 bigs are currently hurt. Derek Lively, who's been in and out of the lineup, is the only guy who's currently healthy. The All-Star break really could not have come at a better time for us. As we look at the standings as a whole, the Rockets and the Nuggets are the top 2 teams in the West, but this Phoenix team, man, they're playing some outstanding ball. They added Pascal Siakam, Devin Booker's been great, and Jamie Thompson, in my opinion, is the best player in the year 1 draft class so far. OKC is certainly in the mix. The Spurs are going to get Zion Williamson back. He hasn't played at all this year. We, meanwhile, are in 13th place. As for the East, Atlanta's the number 1. I feel like the Hawks, the Pistons, the Knicks, they were kind of the clear top 3 for most of the year, but Boston's playing some outstanding ball. They're really starting to gel with Ja Morant and Jason Tatum. And the Wizards, their 26-game losing streak is finally over. As for our numbers through the first half of the year, this is a look at everybody. I'm really excited about how Immanuel Quickley is going to add to the offense. I felt like we needed another on-ball guy. That's not really Bennedict Mathurin's game. I think he can take some of the load off of Noah Halliday, and we're going to have an interesting decision on whether we want Halliday and Quickley to start together or if we move a guy like Halliday back to the bench. As for the all-star lineups, we'll start with the Eastern Conference. Some new faces like Jalen Johnson, Jalen Duren. I love seeing that. The Pistons had 3. Zach LaVine has been an awesome addition via trade. That deal looks like a fleece in hindsight, with the Kings getting Jaden Ivey, who suffered yet another season-ending injury, his 3rd of the last 4 years. Shout out Damian Lillard, still making all-star games at like 30-some years old. Asa Newell was supposed to be in the dunk contest, but he got injured in our last game. So unfortunately, he will not make it. As for the Rising Stars game, Marquise Cannon obviously here on Team USA. Now, there are some strange additions. Tony Mariano is on the American team, even though he is, well, not from here. Otherwise, I think all of these selections are pretty good. And then for Team World, Mark Singleton, remember he does have Nigerian background. He was not born in America, although he is partly American, so I guess he could qualify for either team. But he's not going to play because he also just got hurt in our last game. I'm happy that he's going to get some time off. He hasn't missed a game in his NBA career. Say what you want about his development and his lack of improvement from last year to this year, but the guy plays basketball. He does not miss time. Now, you'll notice somebody's missing. No Noah Halliday, which is nuts. He's 5th for Rookie of the Year. How is he not on the world team? That blows my mind. So the Asa Newell replacement in the dunk contest, Messiah Ritchie's healthy, by the way. The replacement is Jalen Johnson. The NBA didn't want to fly anybody else down there. So since Jalen Johnson was already in the All-Star game, they figured they'd pick him. The Rising Stars game was won by Team USA. Jamie Thompson, 21. Julian Wright, 20. Latonka McClain, 18 and 12. Wright and Thompson both performing really well. Thompson ended up being the MVP of the game with 6 stocks and 4 threes. Tyler Rose, 6 of 7, while Marquise Cannon was pretty good, 14, 3 and 3 on reasonably good shooting. Tony Mariano must have been a double agent for the world team. He went 2 for 10, although he did have 15 assists. And then Romeo De La Rosa went 0 for 9. Top 2 picks from the year 1 draft, not looking too hot. Amon Cuvier with 22, Karthik Patel with 18, 11, and 8. Jalen Brunson and Drake Powell win the All-Star Saturday night competitions, and then the East beats the West in a thriller. Cade Cunningham, the All-Star Game MVP, 26 and 7. As for the West, Giannis did what he could. Wemby shot a tour date. Julian Wright must have been a late addition. 2 seasons, 2 All-Star berths for Wright, which honestly I don't think he really deserves. He has the counting stats, but it's for a really bad Seattle team. He's not very efficient. I don't think he impacts winning basketball. I know Jamie Thompson's numbers are worse, but I really think Thompson's better across the board. So we're going to play Immanuel Quickley's debut, whenever that is. It's going to be the first game against Dallas. So Quickley will make his return, or I guess he will join us now. He's not really returning because he was never here. We're going to have him start at the 2, and we're going to keep Noah Halliday with the 1s. I think the 2 of those guys are very different and can complement each other very well. The Mavericks have been really disappointing this year, despite Cooper Flagg making his first All-Star team. He's really taken a big leap up. But unfortunately for Dallas, right as he's gotten good, Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis have slowed down. They're not bad, but they're both certainly not what they once were and have each noticeably decreased their production from last year. Although Rino Salavea, second-year guy, former first-rounder, is in the mix for the Most Improved Player award. I think that the biggest reason why this Mavericks team, their record is nearly identical to us, is that their bench is rough. They do not have a lot of depth really at all. Mako Hardaway was a first-rounder a couple years ago. He's a good player, and a big reason why they were comfortable letting go of Derek Lively, but they just don't really have the scoring chops off the bench, and it doesn't help that the one guy who kind of can score with the second unit, Max Christie, is currently injured. So Derek Lively gets to play against his former team for the first time. Jaden Hardy also gets to see his former team as well, so that's a pretty cool storyline. Lively will meet up for the tip with his former Mavericks teammate, Anthony Davis, as the tip goes to D-Live, and we are underway here in Vegas. Second half of the year underway. Immanuel Quickley making his Rollers debut. Quickley will open up his Roller debut with a miss from the left wing from beyond the arc on the other end. Rino Salavea connects from deep. 19th overall pick from Hawaii in year 1. He's turning out to be a real hit in the middle of the first round for the Mavericks. Again, a candidate for the Most Improved Player award. Noah Halliday up and in with the layup off the assist by Immanuel Quickley. I'm really excited about this backcourt pairing. I think both of these guys are really going to elevate each other, as Cooper Flagg, first-time All-Star, just 21 years old, in for the layup. First of probably many All-Stars for the chosen one in his 3rd year. Here's Immanuel Quickley for 3. It's good. A long-range triple, about 3 or 4 steps beyond the line. his first points with the Rollers. Off the inbound, Salavea guarded by Immanuel Quickley with the screen from David Roddy. Here's Salavea, it's stripped away and stolen. Quickley's got it in transition. Cannon for three. Clank, unable to get that one to fall, and here comes Dallas. It's Roddy with it inside. Cooper Flagg with Marquise Cannon, two of the bright young stars in the Western Conference, as Cooper Flagg is up and in for two. Derek Lively against his old team, where he made the finals as a rookie. He gets it to Quickley around the screen. Bang! Another triple for Immanuel Quickley, as it's 11-12. Rollers up by a point. Kyrie Irving with it. Halliday leaves him a little too much room. He was expecting drive. Irving fakes him out, almost with his body language, if you will, and he's able to make the three. 16-13. Flagg bounces it in. Messiah Ritchie tips it. Julian Strother's got it. Here's Quickley with it on the other end with a nice move, but he loses it. Kyrie strips it away. Tyus Jones ends up with it. Out to Roddy for three. That one's off the mark. Hardaway the rebound. And Mako Hardaway, former first-team All-American at Auburn, gets the putback over Messiah Ritchie. Jet Rivers in the second unit, mostly in the game. He gets it up for Halliday. And he's denied at the rim! Mako Hardaway with the snuff. David Roddy's got it. Roddy all the way with the slam. Jet Rivers assumed Julian Strother was going to help. Strother assumed that Rivers was going to stay with him. Some miscommunication. We're down by 7. Rivers misses the dunk, even though it looked like he perfectly timed the dunk meter. Rollers cannot buy a bucket. It's been like 3 minutes since we made a field goal. Cooper Flagg with it. Nice pass. Tyus Jones. This is the wide open three. And here comes the Rollers looking to end the drought. Halliday all the way in for the slam. Finally, some points. Thank God. 20-15. Here's Halliday with it in the corner. Quickley for three. It's good. Immanuel Quickley's third triple of the ball game leads within 2. Halliday right back to him. Wash, rinse, repeat. There's 4. Quickley's got a dozen, and the Rollers take the lead. 21-20. Here's Tyus Jones with it, guarded by Rivers around the screen. Jones, a little pick and roll, and Mako Hardaway is in for the layup. You would think with Dallas hitting on both of their first rounders in 2026, they'd be better off. As Messiah Ritchie fools Hardaway, right as I'm trying to gas up Mako Hardaway, he looks like an idiot defensively. And Ritchie, the rookie from Virginia Tech, makes the dunk. There's Quickley in for the layup. He's up to 14 points. What a start for IQ. Here's Hardy, the former Maverick, at the buzzer off the mark. 25-24 through 1. The big story's got to be Immanuel Quickley. Played the entire first quarter, 14 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 4 for 6 from beyond the arc. As for Dallas, AD with 6, Cooper Flagg with 4, Kyrie Irving, though, just 1 for 6, 0 for 5 from 2. Rollers shooting the ball reasonably well. They've made 50% of their threes, all 4 of which have been made by Immanuel Quickley. We'll see how the offense fares without him in the game. The offense outside of him only with 11 points so far. Derek Lively up and in for 2, his first points against his old team. Marquise Cannon with the assist. Quiet start so far for Cannon. He went 0 for 3 from the field in the opening quarter. Made a couple of free throws. Jordan Holloway for 3. Ball is tipped up. No good. Rebound by Hardaway. He gets it over to Tyus Jones. Jones looks to push the pace for Dallas. Hardy tries to draw the charge. Wide open jumper's no good anyway. Cannon with the rebound. He sends a dime for Hardy. Pump fake. Layup. Counted and a foul. And 1 for Jaden Hardy. Good job by Cannon to send the pass across the floor. But Hardaway will get his right back as he dunks over his former teammate, Derek Lively. Davis over Cannon. No good. Really nice defense by Cannon. He's not shooting the ball well, but he's impacting the game in other ways. Cannon, pump fake. Cannon, reverse. Layup is good. His first made field goal of the game, hit 4 for 4 at the line, but had not made a shot from the floor until now. Rhino Salavea around the screen. Pick and roll. Davis in with the slam as he beats Lively. 33-28. Noah Halliday with it on the drive. He's doubled. Here's Lively with it. Throws it up and in. How did that shot go? But I mean, hey, we'll take it. Derek Lively makes the play. 8-point lead for Vegas. Dallas's offense really struggling in the second quarter, although they've been bad throughout the whole game. Davis in for the layup. They have been effective around the basket, though, but really outside of the paint, Dallas has not shot the ball well at all. Halliday doubled, wide open. Immanuel Quickley for 3. Bold strategy to lead the guy who had 14 points in the first quarter wide open. Quickley gets the steal. Halliday, Wiggins with it inside. It's tipped. Quickley gets it, fighting for the ball with Cooper Flagg. And they'll have a jump ball, which is not ideal given that Cooper Flagg is like 6-7 inches taller. They both miss it on the first go-around, so we will try again. And the second time, it goes to Quickley. Wow, how about that? Here's Marquise Cannon with it. Oh, it's lunchtime, baby. He's got Hardaway on him. Cannon looks to leave him in the dust, but Hardaway's going to stay with him the whole time. We don't have much time to shoot it here. Quickley for 3. No good. And Lively's hurt as he's unable to get the rebound. The one big man who's healthy is now injured. Salavea misses. Ball is tipped up. Wiggins with the rebound as Derek Lively grabs at his hip. We've had all of our bigs injured in the last couple of weeks. Now, luckily, Messiah Ritchie's 100% from his torn MCL. But I don't trust Messiah Ritchie with big minutes, although he's going to have to get them as Cooper Flagg blocks Strother. Here's Rhino Salavea with it inside. Salavea to Najee Marshall. His shot is off, but Hardaway tips it up and in, ending a 2.5-minute scoring drought for Dallas. Salavea with it inside over Quickley. No good. Nice defense by IQ. Maybe he can play the 5 for us. Cannon all the way with the one-handed slam in transition. It's a miracle that we're winning, given that we have one big and it's a undersized second rounder. As Cooper Flagg hits the 3, lead is within 2. Cooper Flagg averaging 24 a game on the road this year. Jet Rivers all the way and 1. Kyrie Irving has played a really bad game so far on both ends. He has looked rough. Talk about washed. Irving misses a wide open 3. Halliday with the rebound. He gets it for Cannon. Cannon on the other end with another dunk. He's into double figures with 10. Hasn't shot the ball well, but he's had overall a pretty strong game. He's been effective around the basket. We're going to need him to play down low defensively. Davis hits the jumper over him, but Cannon's probably going to get some reps at the 4, given that, well, we don't really have many other choices. Halliday's going to play at the 4 as well. Davis, turnaround, another one over Cannon, and the lead is within 1. Make it 3. 48-45. Kyrie Irving heaves it up from half court, and it's no good. A low-scoring, ugly first half of basketball. The Rollers lead by 3. Marquise Cannon leads the way in the second quarter with 10 points, although he only went 3 of 9 from the field, and overall is 3 for 12 today. Cannon, of course, leading the Rookie of the Year leaderboard, while Anthony Davis is 14 and 9. He's playing well. The Mavericks as a team, though, only 3 for 11 from deep. They are shooting well around the rim. Davis has been efficient. Cooper Flagg has been efficient. But Kyrie Irving has been a train wreck so far. 2 for 9, not playing good defense. Flagg has only shot the ball 4 times, making 3. They've got to get it to him more. Off the miss. Here's Noah Halliday with it, guarded by Irving. He's doubled inside with a great pass for Strother, who I guess is going to be the 5th starter without Lively. Who's playing the 5 right now? It's Noah Halliday. As Flagg gets his own miss, Davis makes the layup. We really don't have any other choices. Noah Halliday is literally the healthiest player with at least a B+ interior defense rating. So by necessity, he's our best option to run the 5 as Cooper Flagg hits the fadeaway 3. When Halliday's not at the 5, it will be Messiah Ritchie as Quickley is in for the layup. Ritchie's a guy who can actually play center. He's not overly great at it. I mean, he's like a 70 overall, but beggars can't be choosers. Aaron Wiggins hits the 3. He's going to get a lot of reps down low, again, given that we do not have a choice. 55-54, Irving in the corner. Cooper Flagg for the lead. Another 3 for Coop. They're starting to get him the ball more, and he's making his shots. Quickly in the corner, off the mark. Here comes Dallas. David Roddy's got it. He gets it over to Kyrie Irving. Irving guarded by Quickley with room. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and Dallas is up by 5. A 15-5 run. Our offense has really stagnated here in the third. Rivers has it stripped. It might have been blocked by Kyrie Irving. Irving in transition. Irving with a nice swerve. More like Kyrie swerving. Uncle Drew makes it a 7-point lead. He's starting to play better. 62-55. Irving for 3. Pull up is good. The Mavericks, who were down going into the break, lead by 10. 5.5 minutes later. I figured our defense would be worse without a center, but it's the offense that's really struggled. Quickley hits the jumper. He's up to 21. The rest of the offense has just been so bad in this game outside of him. 3 rims out. Cannon the rebound. Cannon looks to bring it up the floor all the way. It's blocked by Davis! Anthony Davis with the denial. What a game he has played. He's been really productive on offense, making his presence felt on defense. Masai Ritchie with the slam. Davis too slow to react. Again, right as I'm gassing him up, he lets that happen. 65-59. Here's Cannon around the screen. Hasn't made a 3 yet today until now. 0 for 4 from deep in the first half. But he makes his first triple of the third quarter, and the lead's within 3. 7-0 run. Great response by Vegas. Irving pick and roll. Anthony Davis in with the slam. The Mavericks floated the idea of trading Irving and AD at the deadline, but they were both just extended, and with their regression this year, nobody really wants those contracts right now. Ritchie's blocked by Mako Hardaway. On the other end, Irving with it, guarded by Julian Strother. Irving looking to get some space. Irving one-on-one. And yeah, once you hear the words Irving one-on-one, you know it's over for the defense. Even at 30 million years old, he's still making those plays 10 times out of 10. Davis with Strother. That one is good. We're giving a really good defensive effort without any healthy centers, but there's only so much we can do with a guy like Davis. Now, the one positive about this is that we're way faster than Dallas. You saw it there on that play by Marquise Cannon. 74-68. Here's Jones. Pull-up jumper, no good. Hardaway with the tip in, and it's an 8-point lead for the Mavericks. With just seconds left in the third, Rivers gets it to Hardy, our late quarter guy. Hardy only 2 points so far. Step back 3 is off the mark. Rough third quarter by the Rollers. We trail by 8 points. Outscored 31-21. The Mavericks shooting 59% for the field, and they made their threes. 4 for 8. Kyrie Irving, 13 points, 5 for 7. He looked a lot better. Davis with 10 points. He was hooping. As we move into the fourth, Halliday posts up on Jones. Halliday makes the layup. For our offense, Cannon looked pretty good in the third. He had 7. Nobody else had more than 4. Hardy with the steal. Holloway all the way misses the dunk. I mean, that's just inexcusable. Nobody was near him. Cooper Flagg makes the reverse slam. It's an 8-point lead for Dallas. A 4-point swing with the missed dunk. Rhino Salavea. No, gets his own miss and is in with the putback. A 10-point Dallas lead. 8.5 to go. Quickley hasn't really been able to regain that first quarter form. He misses the 3. He's looked a lot more human. Salavea makes the layup and 1. Rhino Salavea puts Dallas up by 13, their biggest lead of the game with 8 to go. Hardy, fadeaway 3, off the mark. Halliday, the rebound is 8. Tipped up. It's Holloway who gets it. Wiggins in the corner. Quickly for 3! And the lead is back within 10. IQ up to 24. Quickly is an outside shot of breaking the team's all-time three-point record in a single game, set by Ochai Agbaji in year 1, I think in like our second game ever. As Cooper Flagg makes the layup, 87-75. Here's Quickley with it, guarded by, it looks like Najee Marshall around the screen for 3. 27 for IQ. I think that's his 7th triple of the game. Salavea inside. Hardaway with the slam. Rollers call time. We're down by 11 with 6 minutes left. Certainly not looking good, but we'll look to power forward, I guess. Jet Rivers, open lane, all the way! Posterizes Anthony Davis. Hopefully that'll light a spark, give this crowd some momentum and some life. Irving, too easy. Kyrie Irving's been arguably the best player on the floor in the second half after he was the worst in the first half. Cannon up to 19 points. He gets Masai Ritchie. Rivers, Quickley. Another one. That's a 30-piece for Immanuel Quickley. Now he is starting to get back to form from the first quarter. Roddy inside. Anthony Davis with a great pass. Cooper Flagg makes the dunk. 14-point lead. Kyrie Irving's got it for Dallas. Irving looks to drive. Now it looks like he wants to shoot it. Irving for 3. 17-point lead in favor of the Mavs. Irving again. No good. Rims out. Cannon the rebound, his 7th. And here comes Vegas. 2.5 to go. 17-point game. Not really looking good. Although Quickley hits his 9th 3 of the game. That's 2nd all-time in a single game in team history. He's 1 off from tying it. We're trying to run the press. Dallas breaks it pretty quick. Davis up for Salavea for 3. It's good! And that kind of feels like the dagger. A 17-point lead for the Mavericks. Here's Halliday with it inside. Halliday up top. Quickley. There's 10! That ties the record set by Ochai Agbaji, set in year 1. If you're looking for one final play for Dallas, Halliday gets the block. Flag gets it back. And Kyrie delivers the finishing punch. 110-92. Rough one here for the Rollers. Quickly looking to break the record, and he's unable to. Our offense outside of IQ just was really not good in this game. And the defense, well, I mean, we only could do so much. We didn't have a center for the final 2.5 quarters of the game. We'll check in on Lively at the conclusion of this one as we take a look at our box score. 37 for IQ, 13 for 26, 10 for 22 from 3. Talk about the green light. It's not even like he shot it that well. He just shot it a lot. Just misses the points leaderboard, although he ties Ochai Agbaji. Again, I think that was our second game ever. Also against the Mavericks, for what it's worth, when he made 10 threes. Cannon, 22, did not shoot it well in the first half. A lot better in the second half. But I'm actually pretty happy with how Cannon played. He didn't force things up in the second half, made both of his threes, and I think he impacted the game outside of his shooting percentage. He got to the line a lot, held the zone inside, grabbed rebounds, had some good passes. I thought he played a pretty good game. Halliday, an inefficient 9, 8, and 6, although he didn't turn it over, and then nobody else was all that noteworthy. Irving, 26, really played well in the second half. 26 and 13 for AD, 21 and 10 for Flag, 12 and 10 for Hardaway, 15 for Salavea. Really, really well-rounded win for Dallas. They played great in the second half. D-Live strained his hip, Golden State Warrior, out for 4 to 6 weeks. We're going to experiment with Noah Halliday at the 5. Again, of the guys who are healthy, he does have the highest interior defense. Asa Newell and Mark Singleton are going to be back soon, so the experiment will not last long, and it doesn't look like it's going well. Halliday goes 0 for 6 and a 41-point loss, also against Dallas. Well, it looks like we're going to have it for one more game. It'll be against the Nets. These two guys are very close to coming back, but I don't want to force them. And we lose by 17 to Brooklyn. Lovely. The Nets are one of the worst teams in the league. Cannon at 18. Messiah Ritchie, 14 and 14. Halliday had 15 rebounds. But the Nets were really good inside. 20 and 9 for Latonka McClain. He's had a great year, the Tonka truck, averaging like 17 and 12. So Singleton is back. He will obviously return to the 5. We're going to keep Halliday in the starting lineup. He will play the 4 for the time being. We're going to simulate up to this game against Golden State. We've got the Rockets. That might be ugly. Minnesota's playing some good ball. Dallas again. But then it gets a little easier with the Sonics, the Cavs, and the Grizzlies. Asa Newell's back as well. I'm actually going to keep Singleton in the starting lineup. I want to give Mark Singleton a chance to just run free the last 20 or so games of the year and just kind of see if he can improve before the offseason. Lost by 20 against Houston. Giannis with 39, 15, and 6. Although Şengün struggled, Mark Singleton outplayed him. We ended up only going 1 and 5 in this stretch. We lost to Seattle, although Singleton played pretty well, as did Messiah Ritchie, who's been pretty good defensively, has not been very good on offense. He's actually been really bad on that side of the ball. Cannon 5 for 21. Rivers 2 for 10. Yikes. We blew out the Cavs. That's good. IQ with 19. Rivers with 18. Evan Mobley's hurt. The Cavs, as you can see, are just kind of throwing in the towel. A fully lost season for them. So we're losing quite a few games. We're 1 and 8 since the All-Star break. We're down to 25 and 41, which is actually the same as Seattle. They've been playing pretty well. So the reason why I wanted to play Golden State is because this is the retirement tour for Steph. He suffered an ankle sprain and will be out likely until the playoffs. Obviously, they're going to play it safe. Steph has not really lost a beat this year, but everybody else has got to win games for seeding. They're only in 6th place. They've got Jordan Poole back, who's having a really nice year. Jaylen Brown's playing well, although he's not shooting it well from 2. Isaiah Hartenstein, Brandon Pajemski. They added Aaron Nesmith at the deadline, who I think fits this roster perfectly. The Warriors were a little better a season ago, but I think this roster is more built for the playoffs. You have a guy like Isaiah Hartenstein, who's a championship-level role player, makes all the right plays, elite feel. You add spacing with guys like Aaron Wiggins. Jordan Poole returns. I think that's a big deal for them. And they've been reasonably solid without Steph Curry, which should give this team some hope in the post-Steph Curry era, given that they don't really have a lot of young guys and they don't really have many draft picks to work with either. It would be Steph Curry's final game in Vegas. Not that he's played many games here to begin with. But since he's hurt, we have the Warriors without Steph, which should still be interesting. Gives these guys an opportunity to play with each other, gets them prepared for next season while resting Steph and preparing him for his final playoff run. Golden State wins the tip, and we are underway. Jordan Poole up and in the first points of the game. Jordan Poole returning this free agency. Draymond Green's not here to stop him. It's 2-0. Quickley, step back. 3-ball is good. And he quickly will put the Rollers on the board as it's 5-4. Here's Singleton all the way. Counted and a foul off the assist by Noah Halliday. Way to move the ball up the floor in transition as it's 8-4. Here's Quickley. Thought about the three. Won't take in the corner. Marquise Cannon. His first triple of the game is good. A quick start for the High Rollers as it's 11-4. Jaylen Brown with it. Pull up triple from the left wing is off the mark. Very slow opening couple of minutes for Golden State. On the other end, it's Halliday in for the slam. The Warriors just look lethargic right now. They just don't really look like they want to be there. There's not a lot of energy defensively, and obviously they're not making their shots on offense. Brown is in for the layup. Nice little response, I guess, for the Warriors. Jaylen Brown has it with a little room. Fools Cannon on the fake. Spins away inside. Sends it up top for Brendan Pajemski, who knocks down the top of the key three. And all of a sudden, coming off the timeout, Warriors on a 7-0 run since. Jaylen Brown posts up on Rivers. Brown with a nice move, and the run continues as the ball rolls up and in, takes a friendly bounce, and all of a sudden we're tied at 13. Way to take advantage of the early lead, guys. Around the screen, Cannon rattles in the three. There we go, back on top, 16-13. In the corner for Halliday, gets the screen from Singleton. Halliday pull-up jumper, bounces out, but Singleton is there with the offensive rebound and the putback. Big-time play by the big fella, all 7'1" of them. 18-13, Brown inside for Isaiah Hartenstein. Layup is good and one. Isaiah Hartenstein able to absorb the contact as it's 18-15. He did not make the free throw. Brown inside with the hop step, and that one is good. Busy start for Jaylen Brown. 18-17. Here's Marquise Cannon with it. Couple of threes early, looking for another. Bang! He's hot! Cannon with his third triple of the opening quarter. 21-19. KJ Simpson inside for Hartenstein, guarded by Hardy. That one is up and through. Golden State ties it up at 21. 2.5 to play in the quarter. Julian Strawther with it. Oh, it's Cannon with the fake and the finish. Both defenders inside in the area were fooled. Cannon should have gone up for it earlier, but he made it, so who really cares? Off the miss, Asa Newell looks to run the floor himself with the cross, the sauce, and the slam! Asa Newell getting up there as he posterizes Chris Murray. 25-21, Bol over Cannon. Not a whole lot Marquise really could have done there. Bol is a whole lot taller. Looking to move up the floor quickly. It's Julian Strawther all the way in for the layup. Nice drive by Strawther in his 5th season out of Gonzaga. Simpson gets it up for Chris Murray. Dribble handoff back for KJ Simpson. Simpson, no, ball is tipped up. Cannon tries to save it into the hands of the Time Lord, Robert Williams. To Pele Larson, back to Williams, up for Murray. Shot and game clock pretty much even. Bol up for KJ Simpson. Simpson drives, just 2 on the shot clock over Cannon. No, bounces out. Richie, full court heave. Goddamn, he's got a cannon. I mean, he absolutely launched that ball. You know, Virginia Tech's quarterback play has been inconsistent recently. Maybe we could get him on campus to throw the ball to Nazir Ismail. Does he have any eligibility left? He could be a Virginia Tech 2-sport star as we move into the second quarter. Here's Noah Halliday with it on the drive. Layup. Bounces in. A friendly roll for Noah Halliday. 29-23. Pele Larson over Rivers. No, good defense by the Jet. Looks to fly up the floor quickly. Inside. Singleton. 9-5. Impressive start in this game for Mark Singleton. Robert Williams will inbound it. He gets it to Larson. Up top for Bol. I feel like Mark Singleton has a lot of similarities to Bol. Obviously, we hope he ends up being better as KJ Simpson hits the three. Golden State within 2. Strawther, deep three. Good look, just doesn't fall. And here comes the Warriors looking to move up the floor quick. Simpson's got Pele Larson. Larson with it on the drive. Swings it inside for Murray. How did that go in and how is that not a foul? Also, side note, Pele Larson was on the Warriors series last year for a very short time. And he is here, too, as Williams rips it away from Halliday. Nesmith to Poole, who hits the open mid-range jumper. 33-31, Warriors with the lead. Here's Immanuel Quickley, gets it up, Strother around the screen, and the lead is short-lived for Golden State. Rollers back on top, it's Strother from deep. Here's Jaylen Brown, guarded by Jaden Hardy. Brown looks to post and toasted, he's blocked! Mark Singleton perfectly times the play. Strother with it inside, tipped, right back in his hands, over to Singleton, who loses it. Way to take care of the ball, guys, off of a great defensive play. Brown inside, Robert Williams has the size advantage. And Williams gets called for the 3-second. What was he doing? We had Jaden Hardy guarding him. All you had to do was go up, and it's like no one's contesting you. Nice pass. Jaylen Brown in for the layup. Could have easily been tipped or intercepted by Quickley, who hasn't scored since our opening bucket. He's been quiet. Gets the screen from Halliday. Quickley takes it himself. Two-handed slam. 36-35. Three rattles out. Ball is tipped up. Warriors get it. It's Murray. Screen from Nesmith. Brown for three. Off the mark. Murray the rebound. Up for Brown again. Third opportunity for the Warriors. Brown with Hardy in isolation. Oh, this is lunchtime. Back out to Murray. Clank. They had 3 shots on that possession. Couldn't make one. Here's Quickley inside. Mark Singleton all the way. Another transition dunk for Singleton, who's ran the floor really effectively in this game. He's up to a team high, tied for a team high 11 points. Brown inside for Murray over Noah Halliday. This game continues to be back and forth. It's been a really fun matchup so far. Brown bounce pass for Jordan Poole. Poole looks to find space. Perfectly set screen by Hardenstein. Nothing his former Knick teammate Immanuel Quickley could have done there as Poole makes the three. 40-38. Here's Jaden Hardy. 2-on-1. Swings it up. Halliday in the corner. Mark Singleton buries the shot in the corner. Rollers back ahead. 41-40. Here's Pods with it. Drives left. Pods. Floater is good. And the Warriors are back ahead. These two teams are trading the lead around like a hot potato. Nobody wants to hold on to it. Rivers has it. Gets the screen from Richie. Rivers. Oh, he's in with the slam. Jet Rivers, first points of the game, and he does it with some style. 43-42. Rivers inside for Immanuel Quickley. Up for Richie, and he's intercepted by Aaron Nesmith. Maybe we don't want him at quarterback at Virginia Tech. Poole is up and in with the layup, and the Warriors are back on top by 1. Here is Jet Rivers with it. He's got Messiah Richie. Richie up for Asa Newell. Newell finds Rivers in the corner. Immanuel Quickley. It's good. Quickley for 3, his second of the game. 47-46. Warriors back ahead. Cannon has not scored yet in the second. Bad pass into traffic. Sometimes when you play in traffic, you can get hit by the car. Hardenstein with the steal. Pods wide open. 3 is good. And the Warriors are up by 4. 50-46, just over a minute. Here's Quickley. Little pick and roll action. Asa Newell over Nesmith. And the lead is cut in half to 2. Very well run play there by Vegas. Jordan Poole brings it up for Golden State. Oh, it's a charge! Jet Rivers sets his feet. Poole was not ready for it. Wouldn't it be the first time Jordan Poole has seen a charge? The charge that Draymond took by assaulting him. As Marquise Cannon is in for the slam. Okay, well, it didn't work that time as Poole misses the 3, so it doesn't really matter. Singleton gets it to Rivers. Rivers looks to run the floor quick. Hum diddly dee! Mama, there goes that man! He switches hands midair and goes for the 2. Wow, what a play by Jet Rivers. Cannon with the crossover, wants to join the fun, but he misses the dunk. That's lame. Here comes Poole, guarded by Rivers inside. Aaron Nesmith looks to tie. Nesmith back up top. Poole for the lead. And it's off the mark. 52-50 at the break. We've got a good one here at the Springer Center. Named after, well, I guess Darius Springer, but maybe former Warrior Jabari Springer can be included as well. Really good first half of basketball so far. What is Kenny doing? Okay. Maybe he saw his title as the Jet getting snatched by Jet Rivers on that dunk earlier. So far today for the Rollers, Cannon with 13, Singleton with 14. He's been ultra efficient. Poole, Brown, Pods all into double figures, and Pods has not missed so far. 4 for 4 from the field as the shot inside is no good. Here comes Golden State. Jordan Poole for 3. It's good. Golden State only went 5 of 18 from deep in the first half. The Rollers, for reference, 7 of 14, 50%. Halliday, no good. Jaylen Brown with the offensive rebound, looks to push the pace. He's got Poole. Poole with the crossover, all the way, bounces in. Jordan Poole's playing a great game. I mean, he's really taken over as the on-ball initiator and lead shot maker for Golden State with Steph Curry out of the lineup. He's done a good job, yet Pods is the number 2. He's been super efficient. He hasn't missed yet. He hasn't taken bad shots. Jaylen Brown has missed quite a bit. Hartenstein is blocked by Mark Singleton. Good defensive possession there. Halliday gets by Brown. Halliday up top. Quickly, open 3 is good. We were on a little bit of an offensive drought there. We hadn't scored in a couple of minutes, and we needed to buy a bucket there. Poole, sidestep, midi. Bounces out. That might be the worst timed rebound I've ever seen. That was Cannon. As Hartenstein gets the putback. 61-59, Newell in the corner. Halliday up for Strother. Strother hoping to get the screen from Noah Halliday. Looks to drive left. Strother all the way! With the slam, in this game is tied up at 61. Here is Hartenstein with it. He had 10 boards in the first half alone. Jordan Poole, top of the key, 3 is good. 64-61, now a 5-point game. Here is Hardy with it. Gets it over to Marquise Cannon. Cannon on the drive. Cannon all the way! Posterizes Isaiah Hartenstein. Chris Murray, no good. Nice defense by Asa Newell. Newell's got it for the Rollers. Looks to move it up the floor at his own pace. Gets the screen from Richie. Newell, another slam. We're putting on a dunk show tonight. I mean, we might destroy some of these rims at this pace. Murray hurls it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, no good. Ball is tipped up, and Richie gets it. The rebounding from the Rollers tonight has not been good. We're lucky they didn't score there, as Hardy gets his first points of the game with the lefty slam. 70-67, here's Jordan Poole with it. Guarded by Jaden Hardy. Poole on the drive. Poole, it's good over Messiah Richie. Nice play by JP, as it's 72-67. Asa Newell's got it. Newell with 2 and change to go in the third. Around the screen. Newell on the drive with the reverse. 3-point game. Really nice dunk by Asa Newell. All 4 of his made shots have been dunks in this game. Poole shoots the 3. No good. Rebound by Murray. Up and in. Off the mark. Hartenstein the rebound. He swings it back up for Pods. Back up for Poole now. Third chance. No good. Hartenstein another rebound. 4th chance. You've got to be kidding me. He's eventually fouled. They had 4 shots. And he didn't even make the 2 free throws. Isaiah Hartenstein is like a black hole. He just engulfs the basketball every time he's under there. Now he makes 2 points as he gets the dunk. Here's Pajemski with it. All the way to poster over Strother and 1. Brandon Pajemski, the frequent flyer. He still has not missed. Shot no good by the Rollers. Murray nearly has it stripped away in the corner. Pods for 3. It's good. 80-69, an impressive run at the end of the third for the Warriors, who were down going into the quarter. This is a lot like the third quarter against the Mavs, as Hardy misses the 3. We're down by 13 going into the fourth. Impressive quarter for Golden State. Poole had 10. Pods had 8. Hartenstein had 8 points and 11 rebounds in the quarter alone. That's 21 for the game. We did not shoot the ball very well. Nobody had more than 4 points. We went 1 for 11 from 3 and got out-rebounded 22-9. That's pretty bad. They had the same amount of offensive rebounds that we did defensive rebounds. That's a 50% offensive rebound rate. That's unacceptable, as Immanuel Quickley hits the 3. Now, because we played well in the first half, we're still in the game. But the fact of the matter is, we are struggling in the third quarter as Brown hits the jumper. We were up against Dallas at halftime, and we were down by like 10 after the third. It was the exact same game script. The scripters used the same script for both games today. Way to be lazy. Halliday up for Singleton. Buries the hatchet. Big time shot for Mark Singleton, who just does not run back on defense. Wow. So it's like the 3 barely matters. It's a 1-point swing instead of 3. Back up, Singleton. Another one. It's good. Are we going to run back on defense? He did that time. Good. 88-78. Here is KJ Simpson. Gets the screen. Little pick and roll action. The Time Lord, Robert Williams, in with the dunk. 90-78. Dubs up by a dozen in the corner. Quickly for 3. That one is off the mark. Rebound by Ihart. He's got it to Jaylen Brown. Brown drives right. Brown layup. It's good. A 14-point lead now for the Warriors. Jaylen Brown is like 0 for 8 or 0 for 9 from 3. Something ridiculous. Still finding a way to make an impact on this game. Newell misses the corner three. Here's Jaylen Brown on the drive. Brown with the slam. Cannon in the area. It doesn't matter. Cannon's been quiet since the first quarter. He had 11 in that frame. Hasn't done much since then, although he's in the corner and drills the three. Let's get some shots together from Cannon. Let's try to see our young star. Willa's back into the game. Jaylen Brown. Clank. He cannot buy a bucket to save his life. Newell's got Cannon. Cannon thought about the shot, won't take. Instead drives in. Cannon all the way. Counted and a foul. Marquise the Cannon is firing on all cylinders. Leads within 8. Strother misses the three with under 5 to go. Pajemski's got it over to Jordan Poole. Oh, the spin and the finish by Jordan Poole. And the Warriors are up by 10. Here is Rivers with it. Gets the screen from Halliday. Rivers inside, little pick and roll action. Halliday in for the layup. We're hanging in there. We're like hanging on for dear life, but we're still in it. Leads at 8. Shot no good. Halliday 8, 8, and 4, doing a little bit of everything as he gets it over to Rivers. Long 2. Maybe not the most efficient shot to take, but he makes it, which is what matters. 98-92. It's a 2-score game with 3 to go. Here's Jordan Poole with it guarded by Rivers. Poole up and in. Jordan Poole's been an acrobat around the rim today. I mean, he's had some really difficult shots, and they've gone in. Cannon around the screen. Bang! 28 for Marquise Cannon. He scored like 11 or 12 points over the last 2.5 minutes. Safe to say he's really led us in this rally. Poole, jumper, no. What was Richie doing there? He jumped way too early. Hardenstein gets another rebound. He's at about 50, it feels like, in this game. Singleton for Cannon. It's tipped. Cannon gets it back. Let's reset the possession. Slow things down, but not too slow. We've got to make up 9 points in 2 minutes. Cannon for 3. Another one. It's good. 31 for Marquise Cannon. 104-98. It's a 2-score game. Got to get some stops. Poole with Halliday in isolation. Double step back. No. Hardenstein, another rebound. You've got to be kidding me. And 1 for Isaiah Hardenstein. This is the most pathetic rebounding effort I've ever seen from this team. This is gross. Quickley gets a great look, and the 3 is off the mark. That's as good of a shot as we could have asked for super early into the shot clock. Jaylen Brown is blocked by Cannon. Get the basketball. Poole back up for Brown. Brown on the drive, swings it in the corner. Neesmith, dagger. 12-point game. Warriors look like they have it in the bag with a minute to go. Halliday on the drive. Okay, well, there's something. A nice dunk by Noah Halliday. 110-100. Going to try to run the press. Cannon nearly steals it. Poole brings it up the floor. Poole gets it for Neesmith. We've got to kind of bait them to shoot it quickly pretty much at this point. They're not falling for our tricks. Poole on the drive. He's got hard. What the hell was Singleton doing? He just like flapped his arm in the air for no reason. Why? 114-100 is your final. Quickley misses at the buzzer. It was a game that we easily could have won, but the problem is the Warriors got so many second chance shots. The rebounding was completely pathetic in this game. We were out-rebounded 34-20 in the second half. The Warriors took 52 shots. We took 44. They had 12 shots. We had 3 in the second half. Marquise Cannon caught fire down the stretch. He had 31 points on really good shooting splits in the fourth quarter. He was excellent. He finished the fourth with an impressive 14 points, and he only missed 2 shots from the field. Singleton, 22-9. He also shot the ball well, yet I'm not very happy with how he played. His rebounding effort was ridiculously bad, and he looked lost in the fourth quarter on defense. Quickley an inefficient 14. Halliday an inefficient 10, 8, and 5. As for Golden State, Poole at 20. Oh my God, 28 rebounds. Holy mother of Jesus Christ. That is the most rebounds anyone's gotten in a game this year in the NBA. I knew it was a lot. I didn't know it was 28. Anyway, Poole had 26 on 27 shots. Brown had 26 on 30 shots, 0 for 11 from 3. Pods had 22 on 9 shots. Ethical hooping. Although really the best player on the floor was Isaiah Hardenstein. Good God. I said he was a black hole. I wasn't lying. I mean, he was engulfing the ball around the rim. The rebounding was just horrible. If he doesn't grab 28 rebounds, I think we could have won the game. So that puts us at 1-9 since the All-Star break. If you're pro-tank, I'm sure you enjoyed today's episode. The Sonics have played some good ball. They have like the 8th odds now. There's a real shot that their pick is outside the top 10 if they keep winning. Given that Seattle's going to add DeMarco Jefferson next year and they'll have plenty of cap space, I think that pick conveying now to us is probably a good thing because I think they're going to be pretty good next year. The Raptor pick as well, kind of still in that same range where it was previously. They fall into 9th. The Magic have climbed up into 10th, and shout out Minnesota, they've won 10 in a row. So there's a real shot. We had 3 lottery picks this year. If the Seattle pick is outside the top 10 and the Raptor pick is outside the top 3, the latter of which is quite likely. So given that we could have 3 lottery picks, next episode's prospect profile is going to be a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Peace out.